The Murmurations protocol makes distributed data interoperable. Now, you probably all remember the promise of the internet and how it was going to connect all of the people and groups around the world into webs of trust. But then the big corporates rapidly enclosed things and created these walled gardens which control data flows and extract value from users. And the smaller, well-meaning groups still survive, but their size makes them almost unnoticeable, and they're dwarfed by the massive marketing budgets of the evil empire. So to deliver on the promise of the internet, what we need to do is elevate those organizations within the resistance and expand their profiles to make them easier to find, and then weave them together into webs of trust. But that's easier said than done, because each group has its own bespoke database, its own bespoke data structure, and its own naming convention. So the data is not compatible across networks. This leads to a complete problem. So enter Murmurations, which changes the game by providing an open protocol which anyone can adopt to make their data interoperable. Murmurations solves the problems of incompatible field names by using this open source field library hosted on Git, to which anybody can contribute. And by adopting these standardized fields, organizations can make their data interoperable with other groups and networks. So Murmurations acts like a distributed database. The field names are like the header row in a database table. And then a schema, what we call a schema, is a collection of fields. A profile is like a row in a table. Profiles within Murmurations are not stored within one centralized database. They're stored in a distributed database instead. So the profile data is saved as JSON code. And then these JSON files can be hosted anywhere on the internet. So the data is truly decentralized and users own their own data. So the regenerative networks we want to connect can create their own profiles and host them themselves on their own websites. And so can all of their members. And then they can register their profiles with the index to make them easily findable by others. And then anyone else can query the index to find the data that they want, to build maps, directories, and even systems and relationships maps. The index does not store all of the profile data. That remains with the people who host their own profiles. The index just stores enough detail to help you find what you need to build maps or directories. Murmurations provides a host of other free and open source tools to support profile creation and batch importing of large data sets. And then the Index Explorer, which provides a graphical user interface to help you explore what's in the index. You can also get there programmatically via the API, and you can use data within the index to make these quick embeddable maps. So these two maps you see here, Co-ops in London and Transition Towns around the world, were both made just using embedded iframes, and they just show a subset of the data within the Murmurations index. But now we've built some WordPress plugins to help you create profiles and custom maps and directories to show just the things that you want of both people or organizations or offers and wants, in order to build connections and facilitate exchange between networks in the regenerative economy.